Imani Grant, and M.Dot. Woo! Drink of choice was lemonade and tequila. Lemonade
it tastes good. I mean, it keeps the party going.
Feel like I can say y'all have popped my cherry. Y'all have definitely popped my cherry right now.
We like to be first for people.
I'm saying.
Baby
fountain.
Baby fountain.
Baby.
I was like,
Forget the Weekend Soiree going down in New Orleans. Bedlam in the Big Easy, yes. October 31st to November 3rd. Get your passes, folks.
Work hard to integrate the city. And so one of the ways we do that, or you see that in our programming, is our Kickoff Mixer. We're in the process of signing.
You can't give us any
no, we can't, but I think we can say one thing. Uh-oh. And so I know that
M.Dot's looking at it like, can we say one
thing? I'm gonna do it. Like, turn it off air.
Nikki, shut that shit down.
Y'all better come my way, okay, and say, y'all better come my way. I'ma make a statement day by day. Y'all better come my way, okay, and say, y'all better come my way. I'ma make a statement day by day. Peace out.
And welcome to Jampacked. I'm your host, Jamila, and I have quite some special treats aujourd'hui. And I am speaking French because it is so appropriate. I'm super stoked. They are the Chief Weekenders, a.k.a. they are also the co-founders of the Weekend Soiree. They are two women who met while students at the Johnson Graduate School of Management at Cornell University. So they do have their MBA, just so y'all know who y'all are fucking with right now. It is the Weekend Soiree is a lifestyle brand and the premier celebration of queer women. It is a 4-day destination retreat. They're a 4-day destination retreat. It was created, the Weekend Soiree was created that fills the void in the event space of professional, multicultural, queer women who want more than just a party weekend to enable community building, laughter, and fun through this annual event. And yes, the definition of fun varies by individual, but they've crafted a weekend of fun in almost any way people define it. Each year, a different city will host the Weekend Soiree, and as the host city changes, so will the Weekend Soiree in order to incorporate the characteristics of the new location. And fresh off of their inaugural retreat, the Rocky Mountain Rollout, which was in the mile-high city of Denver, for y'all that need a reference of year, that was 2018, last year, where they hosted more than 100 queer women at the Magnolia Hotel. And just to give y'all an idea of what y'all missed out on, the Rocky Mountain Rollout featured workshops covering diverse topics, including passion painting with the muses, build your body, your booty, and your body boot camps with Carter the Body, communication in the bedroom and boardroom, reclaiming queer women's sexuality, curating sophisticated cocktails, and financial literacy and wealth accumulation, and much, much more. And in addition to those workshops, the Weekenders uncorked, popped bottles, and cut rugs every night at their signature Set It Off party, the Weekender Ball, the Wicked and Wondrous Comedy Show, and the Sunset Barbecue. They're back at it this year, and this time it's in New Orleans, baby. And which is this October, they're bringing in an even bigger and doper Weekend Soiree, the Weekend Soiree, for those that are checking for when I say it. That is going to be doper, and it is going to be called Bedlam in the Big Easy. And and keep in mind, these are 50 plus around the clock activities from workouts to night parties. And this year, you do not want to miss it. The Weekend Soiree is going down October 31st to November 3rd in New Orleans. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I bring to y'all Imani Grant and M.Dot. Woo!
One of the best intros ever.
Baby. How y'all doing?
Good.
Thank you for being here.
No, thank you for inviting
This is amazing. This is amazing.
Yeah, no, I'm awesome.
This is 100% amazing. And feel free to grab those mics. I forgot to mention that. Just manhandle that shit if you want to.
Okay.
But thank you so much for being here. And for those that don't know, they came from far away. I'm just going to say it. Fuck it. Because if you've been listening, you know my Harlem stories. One is from Harlem, the area of Harlem, but currently living in D.C.
Atlanta.
Goddamn. We had this Atlanta discussion, too.
It's all good. Coke shut you down. I was like, don't ask too many questions.
Yeah. Don't ask. Then the other one came from Detroit. Yeah. I appreciate y'all being here and making your rounds and doing the damn thing and giving us a little bit of your time and having some fun with y'all.
Now this is what it's about. It's about building community and meeting people who are just doing the thing wherever you are, and so that we respect it for sure.
Absolutely. And I know we're a little bit limited on time, so I'm gonna get straight to it. Mm-hmm. We have a little bit of order of business to take care of.
Okay.
So y'all's drink of choice was lemonade and tequila.
Yes.
Was there a reason why y'all chose lemonade?
It tastes good. I mean, it keeps the party going. Tequila needs something good with it, and lemonade. But I will actually, now that I'm thinking about it, one of the first things I drank when I started drinking was tequila and lemonade, mostly because I'd seen a bunch of drinks, and so I was like, okay, tequila. So I put some tequila in the cup, and I was like, oh, this shit is nasty. And so I remember I was in Harlem because I was still in college, and so I was like, okay, let me just get a lemonade from the bodega, poured it in there, and it was dope, right? So I was like, now if I can't think, then automatically you go back to like childhood shit, even though 20 20 isn't childhood shit, but or 21 because legal drinking only, but.
Right.
So if I can't think, I'm like, okay, tried and true, tequila and lemonade. Other tried and true. I always love any gin drink, but I figured this was good. It was keeping the party started. It's early in the day,
definitely.
Sort of.
Definitely.
I'm usually more of a straight tequila or a tequila soda person, but
Okay.
I roll with the lemonade.
Yeah, she let me pick, so.
Nice. I'm gonna move this so I can gaze into M.Dot's eyes. I'm gonna move the tequila bottle.
Yes.
I hope Brooke is okay with that. Apologize, Brooke. I need to feel connected to M.Dot and Grant at the same damn time.
Yes.
But I've never had tequila and lemonade. I think in all of my years of drinking. So I feel like I can say y'all have popped my cherry. Y'all have definitely popped my cherry right now.
We like to be first for people.
I'm saying. I love that. I love that. And, I figured it was only appropriate that we do it out of the New Orleans cups that I do own.
I'm loving it.
Yes. So cheers. Salud.
Cheers.
Chin, as my French would say. So, yes, in the New Orleans. So when we do go to New Orleans, because, I'm going to be joining y'all regardless. I by hook or by crook, I'm going to be there. I gotta figure out how I'm going to get there. But I'm going to do it. But yes, Aaron Rose, great spot to have a, what was it, an Irish cream? Yeah. So you get like an Irish cream, like frozen coffee. Yes. And then they'll top you off if you ask them with a little extra whiskey. Shit is off the hook. They get you started. But I've learned a lot about the drinks that I should and should not have in New Orleans.
We were just talking about that today. You need to know what your drinking styles are.
Yeah, the grenade, the hurricane,
Exactly.
Those are all I'm sick tomorrow type drinks. That's why, this is safe. You go alcohol and maybe one mixer, or like if you have a really good mixologist, then you can like go full gusto.
Yeah.
But outside of that, you got to keep it simple.
Yeah, I respect that.
You
And
lose a whole day the next day fucking around.
Nice.
Some blue shit.
And y'all also got a special guest as well. You not a special guest right now? You a special guest. Come on. We got Nikki Shawan Jr. in the building.
What's good? Mad creepy.
Hey, but I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
And then also for those that may not have ever listened to the show, you may hear my trusty little unicorn stomping around, doing her little pitter-patting second line, if you will, around the house, around the Jampacked Studios. So you may hear my trusty Papillon Chihuahua mix Zora barking or running around here somewhere. But right now, M.Dot's got the special touch.
Yeah, she's been giving dog massages.
Yeah.
Massage.
Yeah.
It's the win.
It's the weakness, yeah. We all fall weakness to for a nice massage. Yeah, it's all bad. But I think that is all the orders of business. And we're going to get to our first game.
Okay.
I love that. Yeah, everyone's like, oh, fuck. Yeah, exactly. So we're going to play our first game, and probably the only game we have time for. But it's called, But Let Me Take a Pic. Okay. But Can I Take a Pic? I think that's what it's called. And here's Midori with the rules.
Okay. Never played this one.
Yeah, it's basically Pictionary. Go ahead. Give the actual rules.
It's just Pictionary. So you guys are gonna come up here and I'm gonna time you. What did we agree on? 30 seconds? I think we agreed on 30
seconds. Yeah.
I think last time I did 45 minutes too much.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give you 30 seconds to draw a picture of what I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna show you to draw, and they have to guess.
Oh my gracious.
Of course, if you don't get it to where they can guess, then you lose and you have to drink, and we'll ask the question from there.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So who's gonna go first?
M.Dot.
Okay.
Thanks.
You just gotta speak first.
Yes.
All right.
Ready?
Ready? Go.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Man overboard. Children
What
in the
the?
house.
Jumping.
Fireworks July 4th weekend.
Oh, a waterfall?
Fountain.
Fountain!
Fountain blue.
I didn't get it. Ah! Wait, is there more?
Is fountain in the word though?
Oh, that wasn't it?
Oh, fountain is in the word. Is in the
Oh,
word.
oh, okay.
Fountain man, fountain snowman,
Fountain.
fountain,
Fountain people, fountain.
stick figure, little baby,
Bear-
fountain, fountain baby,
Baby fountain.
baby
Ba-
fountain. What the hell?
Baby.
Lemon,
baby-
ladybug. What is?
What
What is that?
Uh-oh, that was time. Uh-oh. What was,
Fountain of Youth.
didn't you say
baby fountain.
Didn't you say Fountain of Youth before that?
I thought earlier.
I thought
I said fountain blue.
I totally thought I heard Fountain of Youth. I was like, okay, well that's not it. That one I'll pull.
You were like, baby,
Yeah.
and I was like, I did not get it.
Oh my god.
Get it close. Get it close.
Killing it.
Oh man. Okay, we fucked up. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so you have to take a drink now.
Okay. All right. I gotta take my drink.
You're up next.
Okay.
Oh man. Oh fun. Oh, we gotta. Yeah.
Okay, we got a
No.
question.
Yeah. Ask the question. Ask the question. Go ahead.
Alright. So Fountain of Youth was the thing. Is there? I guess like I don't know how to say this correctly, but is there a way like superpower that you would want to have, like to be invisible or to have the Fountain of Youth?
I think if I had a superpower, I'd want it to be, well, I'd probably want two, or infinite, but one is mind reading. I think that'd be super cool to have. I think the other one is really to see in the future. And that one, we don't have time for long-winded answers, but I feel like I would caveat that because I don't know if I'd want to see all of my own future, but I'd want to be able to see the people around me. So that, it kind of helps guide it. Because, knowing too much about your own shit early on can fuck your whole thing up. Oh,
Yeah.
I can cuss.
Oh, yeah. Cuss it up.
Excuse
Fuck
me.
shit. Fuck this. Yeah.
I get in trouble for cursing. I used to be on this, radio show, and I used to get in trouble for that for it. So
It's all good.
bad.
Podcast life.
I mean, I'd have to agree with the mind reading or telekinesis. Those would be great superpowers to have. In terms of going back in time and being able to do something. I mean, yeah, I think that the ability to read people's minds would obviously be the biggest advantage I ever possibly want.
I'd probably,
It'd be great.
Yeah. Yeah. The first thing that came to mind was mind reading as well. And I think the other one would be just being invincible. you can't kill me ever, you know? I don't know, something about that. It's like you feel like you could do more when you're like, well, I'm untouchable in this situation.
Yeah.
Let me save you. You know, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I might bungee jump if that was the case, because at this point, I'll never do it.
Oh, you got to do it. Skydiving.
I've done skydiving, but I'm not a fan of the bungee jumping. It's just something about like the potential of this cord to break where, you know, if you're skydiving, you're already kind of free balling. So just.
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. I mean, like, you know, kind of speaking about like being free and being yourself and all that stuff, like one of the main things that the Weekend Soiree really, you know, pride themselves in is a safe environment. Mm-hmm. You know, it being a safe environment and having it be a safe queer environment is so important. You know, and it's not only just important, but also for the experience itself. It's important. You know, that you have for the experience, but for also the individualism of social get-togethers. How have your coming out experiences played a role in creating that space?
Awesome question. I had a really unique coming out experience, because, I mean, I'm probably not that unique, but when I was young, when I was like first dating, when I was in my teenage years, I wasn't very honest, and I was like being very duplicitous with my parents and stuff about it. But when I decided to come out, my coming out experience wasn't super traumatic. I think that was partly due to the fact that everyone knew I was gay already. So when I came out, it wasn't much of a surprise. And then the second part about it was that I did it in a way that was probably relatively safe, and that I didn't necessarily try to define what I was or who I was or what I was doing. I was just like, hey guys, this is my girlfriend. Everyone was like, cool, hey girlfriend. And so it was very like awesome in that way. I came from like a super traditional background. Everyone was very Catholic, so you know, there was an opportunity for it to go the wrong way, but I think because I was always like really myself and people already knew what it was because I just was like comfortable in my own skin, and I looked very different, and I looked very masculine and centered even as like a young kid. It was like very anticlimactic when I came out. People were just like, got it, check, knew it already. So in that way, it was super cool. The way that, folks handled it.
Nice.
So I would always, I mean, in that way, I think that we try to make sure that people feel safe enough to like say whatever their truth is. Whether it's a workshop or a party or whatever. But I don't know. What about your coming out experience?
I think there are different ways that people come out. So, you know, I'll talk about like the work experience, right? I think when we were creating this, that's something that came up, is that oftentimes, depending on what industry you're in, you are the only, right? And so being black, being a woman, being gay, it's like, okay, keep them coming, right? And so for me, my closest friends, you know, kind of knew for years. You know, my dad had a feeling when I was a kid, but he kind of outed me twice. It's a story for a different day. But with work, because I was already a black woman, I used to be in management consulting. I was like, that's all the diversity I need for now. So my company had an LGBT group, but they also give you the option to be kind of invisible in it. So you'd get all the emails, but people wouldn't see the CC. Excuse me. Right, excuse me. She has a date. Excuse me. But, you know, so for me, it was like, one person knew, mostly because we had met at like a conference, a gay conference, a gay business conference, and so when she saw me at the company, I was like, oh, we kind of know each other. So she knew. So I wasn't in the closet at work, but if you knew, you knew. And so I think about maybe 2 years into that role, I was talking to the head of the LGBT group, and I was like, yo, I'm on this like BCC list, but I don't get any emails. He's like, oh, we never actually like pay attention to the invisible list, right? And so I was like, okay, cool. Well, you know, he was looking at me. He's like, well, as a joke, he's like, well, I didn't know you were black, right? You know, because obviously it's like, okay, you're saying you're gay. So I think for that, it was kind of easy, but I definitely took some time, because I think at first for me, I was okay. I'm not going to take on too many different minority groups or marginalized groups at once. Let me wait it out, and then year 3 at the company, I was more open with it, and I mean people knew, and I think people knew because one person, I used to travel a lot, and so at some point I was like traveling from New York. I had been visiting someone I was seeing, and she had given me some flowers, and then I had to go straight to the office. And I was like, what do you do with these flowers? And so I had the flowers, and my colleague is like, so where are these flowers from? I was like, a friend. He was like, oh, okay. What friend? I was like, yeah. I mentioned her. And he was like, well, does she like you? I was like, I think so. And he was like, well, do you like her? I was like, I do. We actually date. So I think from there, people talk all the time.
Yeah,
So what I did notice is that people would occasionally ask, like, so where does your partner live? And things like that. But it was what my company at the time was, had like 100 HRC score or whatever. So it wasn't even a big deal. We had great benefits if like you wanted to get inseminated and a lot of same-sex family parental benefits, like if you wanted to take off, having a kid, even if you didn't physically have the child. So it wasn't traumatic, but I do think that it was a process, especially being femme. She's like rushing me off, but this needs to be told.
Yeah. I get it.
But no, so like being femme in the business world and gay is a little bit more unique as well, right?
Yeah.
So when I go to anything, I was the only femme. It didn't matter if I was black, white, Indian, whatever, I was the only femme. So I think that was another piece of it because you almost always have to come out. Because people always assume that you have a boyfriend or a husband or why aren't you married or whatever the case is. And so I think it's a continuous process in that space. I think for me, to get to your original question is like how much of this kind of relates to it. I think it was a big part of it from a corporate space because you are usually the only. Yeah. So for us, we wanted to create an environment of people who are oftentimes the only in whatever their individual environments are. So you can, I don't know if you edit this, but you can edit the long answer.
Oh, no. I'm loving it. No, we keeping all of it. Fuck that. We keeping all of it. That's the truth.
Part of our original conversation, this idea of being the only, especially, by the time you get settled in your career. By that point, like you have your high school, your college, your post-college friends, but, you might not hang out with them as much. And by this time you might have moved to a different city to take a job that, was part of your career plan and things like that. So now you're in this situation where you don't have your crew there and, you are often the only person that you can relate to in that group. So those were big parts of our original conversation.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. It was like, let's bring all the onlys together.
Exactly.
Is that what do you think that in itself was kind of that deciding factor, that moment of, you know what, this needs to be created, like the Weekend Soiree needs to be created. Yeah. Was that the deciding moment, do you think?
Yeah, I think it was, Mary was like, we need to do something like this for people like us. And I think she remembers that conversation differently. She says, I said that, but, we said it.
Yeah.
And it was really just, when we said people like us, it's people who, oftentimes you are the only or one of the few. And it happens a lot in almost any industry. Not as much, I feel like, in social work and psychology or like in African American studies, but like outside of those three, But thank you.
Of course. Yeah, I mean, like, what are some of the things that you learned maybe from the inaugural one versus what we could expect to possibly see for New Orleans this year?
Yeah, I think, a couple things. So it's hard. So we did a great job of surveying people that attended, which I think sometimes people miss that opportunity to figure out, like, hey, let's get the voice of the people.
For sure.
We tried to tap into that. And of course, everything was like split down the middle. So half of the people were like, hey, we want more time to check out the city. And the other half were like, more workshops.
Oh, damn!
And then half of the people were like, hey, we want like more social events. And other people were like, this is so cool to be at like a conference type event with nighttime activities. But like, again, more conference events. So we had to take all of that feedback and try to balance it. So I do think that we will do an even better job this year of like building in free time so people can definitely get out and check out the city. Yeah. Because a lot of the reasons that we picked the cities that we picked. Mm-hmm. It's to enable people to hit maybe those cities that are on their bucket list. Mm-hmm. They've always wanted to go to, mm-hmm. they've never made it to. Mm-hmm. So we want to make sure to block out time. Nice. To check out the cities. Yeah, yeah. However, knowing that people want like a structured way to do that, we will kind of blend those two pieces of feedback and say like, all right, we'll build in more free time, but we'll also build in structured ways to explore the cities together as a group. So that's something you can expect. It was a little bit different than Denver.
Mm-hmm. Okay. The biggest learning, sometimes the things that are forced upon you end up becoming the gem. You know, if you're planning any event, you always have like food and beverage minimums, right? And so we were very cognizant of that. So we ended up having like beer and wine the entire weekend, right? As one of those things. It's like, okay, we can do that. And so now that became one of like the signature components or even differentiators of this event. And so I think for us, it's like we will never not have beer and wine throughout the weekend. And so, you know, again, it was something that we didn't necessarily plan. It was just like, oh, we got some money to spend? Okay. You know, and now it's a thing. And I think it helped the entire event. It made it a little classier, a little more like engaging, through, you know, so, and, you know, whatever you were doing, if you were at the finance workshop or if you were painting or if you were, you know, walking around the shop in Sip Village, you can have a wine and it was nice.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. I mean, for folks that have been to all of these different festivals and things like, not even festivals, but like retreats or queer women focused events or weekend events, what kind of differentiates you guys from the, you know, the Dinah Shores, the Crave Spring Break, I think it's called Sweet Heat. You know, you know, they also have the comedy shows and the brunches as well as the partying, but what sets y'all apart just for the people to understand, you know, why am I going to get a weekender pass?
Yeah, I would say, so I haven't been to Dinah, so all of my, response to that is from what I've seen or heard from other people. Yeah. But I think for us, it is having the workshops. And so the workshops this year are across 3 different tracks. It's creative juice, so really harnessing all parts of the creative spectrum. We have workouts and wellness, so it's not just the physical wellness, physical health and wellness. It is spiritual, emotional as well. And then we also have meeting of the minds, and so or meeting of minds, excuse me. And so that's more of your cerebral. That's where you get into the life stuff that everyone as an adult needs to think about. You need to think about what's your money situation look like. You need to think about what your entrepreneurship, if that's what you're doing, looks like. You need to think about these mental things. And so we are truly a lifestyle. It's like your lifestyle is not that you're gay. Your lifestyle is that you are alive. And you're going to do these different things. And I think we take a very holistic approach to that, which is different than most of the conferences, right? Because you think about Sweet Heat, and I love Sweet Heat. Don't get me wrong, right?
I've never been, and I've always wanted to go.
But we had a good ass time, and we would go again, right? I mean, so but the thing is, a lot of them just index on 1 or 2 things, right? So it's like, you're going to have a party, you're going to have a morning party, you're going to have a day party, you're going to have a pool party. I love pool parties, by the way.
Yes.
And
she loves
listen, y'all better come in the summer and we're going to do a pool party here.
I am down. I am down for the pool 100%. Party. I love pool parties.
Brooke and Midori know I don't fuck around. When we do a pool party, we do a pool party.
I'm down. I got swimsuits for days.
Yes.
I got swimsuits for days. Yes. But so, you know, they index on parties. And then we've been to conferences together, which are super amazing. You get really stimulated. You really start thinking about all types of things related to sexuality, not related to sexuality. But then at 4:00, it's like, okay.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna get some wine together with the 1 or 2 people I met. So here it's structured, but not in a like Big Brother type of way. Yeah, for lack of a better term.
And that's exactly why it came about. Like we, as you know, a group of friends would find ourselves going to the same event, either conferences or party type weekends, but never a single type of event that mixed the two. So, you know, if we were at the conference, it was like all of us like, oh man, did you hear that person speak? Yeah, that was crazy. I learned all this stuff. Oh man, that reminds me of this other conference I went to. And we were like all sharing notes about like speakers that we had met or ideas that we had heard at different conferences. But then it would like you said, it hit like 4, 6 o'clock, and we're like, what's going on? And everyone's like doing their own thing because there's no scheduled programming for the evening. It's like all these people that are here in this place
Yeah.
to learn about these things, but there's no like after hours activity like scheduled so that these people can mingle on like a social tip. Or it was the opposite. It was like awesome social weekend, best parties you've ever seen. Cool. But then it was like we wake up in the morning, it's like, what are we doing? It's like, well, the first day party starts at 3. And we all go to brunch, but it was like all the stuff that we're all interested in separately, whether it's like yoga or this or that. And it's like we would all do that, and we'd end up scheduling these things like off-site, apart from the party weekends. And we just realized, like, yo, this is an opportunity. If we could bring these two together and create a single type of event that included it all, so people can have a full 360 type of experience, that would be dope.
Yeah,
that's
for sure.
And we had a blast even at the Weekend Soiree. Like, it's like our thing is we want to have fun for our weekend. Like, we're not going to do all this because we wanted it and then not enjoy it. So we have a ton of fun. I feel like, you know, we have the pictures to prove it.
Nice.
Unreleased.
As she holds onto her glasses. Unreleased.
Right.
No, but it's true. It's cool to like be able to unwind with your friends, but it's also cool to like learn with your friends too.
Yeah. I mean, for folks that are listening right now and watching it on youtube.com/Jampacked, the tequila is low-key subtly getting to me now. So I apologize for slurring.
No, it's okay.
But for folks that are looking, you know, they're looking at the website and all that good stuff. You know, you have the Weekender Pass. It differentiates from Louisiana residents and out-of-town residents. But it covers the entire weekend.
Yes.
It's the parties. It's the workshops. It's all of that.
Yep.
Minus the flight and the hotel.
Right.
Because y'all ain't dealing with that ignorant shit. Y'all ain't doing that security deposit for that shit.
Well, listen,
we do get
the group rate.
Yeah.
Let's say we will negotiate some airline discounts for folks, but it's just the week, and it is the weekend pass and the Weekender Pass. The value that comes with so many of the different events is invaluable in our opinion. The people that you meet. One, from the facilitators, to secondly, just the people who are attending.
Yeah. And we get it, right? Like, it's expensive. Like, we know that it's a high price point. But at the same time, like, if people have gone to a conference or they've gone to, like, a party weekend or just gone on vacation and they actually tally up, like, how much they spent on food, how much they spent on drinks, the different types of tour passes they bought for this or that, like, it actually is like extremely valuable when you compare what it was like to buy all of those tickets or passes or food entries or whatever to each of those separate events. You would see the value.
100%. I mean, the tender love and care that y'all put into it, you know, it's invaluable, and the experience is invaluable. And I've seen the workshops that y'all have, and I wish that I would have gone last year. I wish I knew about it, honestly.
We wish you were there too.
You know, but this year y'all about to see me show that ass. You know, I'm not gonna twerk that ass in a circle, but I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. Yes. But I mean, before we officially get out of here, what I noticed there's not like really a payment plan though for folks that are looking.
There
is there.
So there is a payment plan. We are announcing it next week.
Okay.
But it's actually available
Breaking
now.
News.
It is. The payment plan is available right now. We just haven't announced it yet. We wanted to give people more of a taste of what's to come of the event. So that's why we've decided to wait until next week. So I'm sorry. I'm like,
welcome to it. Welcome to it.
But no,
when the sideline is telling you,
say this. So the both the Louisiana and the non-resident pass are available for payment plans. You can get 5 installments. Nice. So it's either I think $69 or $99 per month for 5 months. And so I think it's very feasible. It allows you to kind of get in there. Yeah. And also kind of book your flight in the hotel. And actually, we're about to announce the host hotel in the next few days.
Yeah, the host hotel is pretty.
So I need to know where the host hotel is.
We got you.
We
got you. But yes,
super beautiful boutique spot. Beautiful hotel.
Gotcha. Last year we had the Set It Off party on Thursday. It was awesome. We had the sun.
I love it. You know what? This is for you, Nikki. This is for you. Nikki, you out here. You a LA resident.
Well,
Not
yes.
Louisiana. Not
Vegas.
Well,
LA.
yeah.
Sorry, I don't want to
It's
fuck
so
it up.
good. I'm trying to hold my people down.
Yes, so let me say this though, for real.
That's respectful.
Right.
Let me snap in the mic right now. It's a vibe.
Wait. Before we read, because we're really good readers, right? So before we get into this, I will say that what is dope, what we try to do is like the two-way cultural exchange. Like, you know, M.Dot talked about the fact that we picked a different host city every year, right? The second part, which I think left my brain really quickly, is that we really want to. This is people's bucket list places, right? A lot of people haven't been to some of the cities. And the other thing with these cities is sometimes they have a high percentage of LGBT people statistically, but they don't always see the women, or you don't always see that part. So we really work hard to integrate the city. And so one of the ways we do that, or you see that in our programming, is our Kickoff Mixer and welcome party, right? And so last year, the mayor of Denver did a video welcome for us. He couldn't attend because he had another program, but he gave this welcome weekend, and you know we can give you the link. It'll be all good.
Nice.
Really special.
It was, and so you know, and not just him. We had local nonprofits come around, and so that is something that I think is really special also about us, is that we feel like the city has welcomed us in. So that being said, we also have the Set It Off party Friday night.
Yes.
Thursday night.
Yes.
We ideally like to use if there's a lesbian bar in town, we like to use it. But if it doesn't, then we just make it happen. We have a sunset dinner. Or Sunset Barbecue, literally at sunset. We have a comedy show. Last year was headlined by Kia Comedy. We had a burlesque show last year. This year, we'll take the burlesque show up a notch. So we're looking to be a good time. We have the signature Weekender Ball.
Twerk that ass in a circle.
Yes! Yo, we will take it all. We will, twerk it, make it happen. We have the Weekender Ball on Saturday night, and that's just a dress-up affair. So whatever you like, to be dapper, to be super femmed out, whatever you want to do, that is really the thing, and it's really dope. And then we close it out with an awards ceremony and brunch, and where we honor and recognize a local non-LGBT organization and a trailblazing woman, wicked and wondrous woman in that city. So I think we've hit it all. We have 9 signature events that you'll see from us year after year after year. And what I read off are the ones from some of those.
I love workshops, and I feel like so many people out here want to make themselves, be a better person. You know what I mean? And these workshops really do enhance the great person that people are, hopefully.
Yeah.
The great person that, at least they achieve to be. You know what I mean? And looking at what y'all had last year that's some vicious shit. That's some vicious in the best way.
Yeah.
I'm looking at M.Dot like she's like, yo, what you mean? What you mean vicious?
No, it's great. I wish that we could share some of the details about the workshops that we're gonna have this year. We're finalizing our run sheet and we're sending out agreements and we're in the process of signing.
You can't give us any
no, we can't. But
I think we can say one thing. And so I know that
M.Dot's looking at it like, can we say one thing?
I'm gonna do it. Like, turn it off off air.
Nikki, shut that shit down.
But what I will say is that, answering to people's interest in seeing more of the city, we are incorporating a city tour that will allow people to a self-guided tour that will allow people to check out the city on the first day, and definitely including a lot more city natives into like the first day. So you were definitely doing that. I know everyone's looking at me worried because everyone's gonna be worried because they think I just say what the fuck I want to say.
Right? They're like, oh my god, she's gone rogue. I don't know. We can't handle that. It was not on the make believe teleprompter. It was not on the whiteboard. This totally would have.
Both of them were like.
They're like, oh fuck, what's coming? Yeah.
No, the scavenger hunt is cool.
Yeah.
We can't talk about it.
Right.
I can't wait to announce some of the workshops and the speakers and the notable guests we'll be having.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like we keep saying it's bigger and better, but it's legit.
And y'all can't give us like a
The
scavenger
hunt. You're like the only person who knows about the scavenger hunt.
Okay. I'm here with now leading up to it. Are y'all gonna have any additional stuff? Like we did the fireside chat.
Yep.
For those that listen, make sure you look out for the fireside chat. You're gonna find out a whole lot. To me that I did not expect to relinquish.
Yep.
But I released a lot of information.
Yeah, well, tomorrow we have. Well, I mean, we're not going to do this tomorrow, but versus Invino.
What they can look out for.
Yeah. So I think what you'll see from us, not only this year but in years going forward, is we will make a very concerted effort to hit the road and to spread the word about the Weekend Soiree. So we'll be doing a road show. We'll be doing events on the road in different cities, so you can come out, meet us, meet some of our notable guests. We'll be inviting them to some of the roadshow events that we do, and that's what you can expect.
Yep. I think in addition to that, in the roadshow, we do attend other events because support is critical. We want people to support us, and we support other people because, like I said, we've traveled to different events, and we love going to different events. So, I think coming up, depending on when this airs, we will be in Boston for Lesbians of Color Symposium. Actually, our Director of Operations is actually presenting there. I will, I will be at Out Women in Business in March. I'll be on a panel there on entrepreneurship. We will be at Women of Color Weekend in Provincetown. I'll be at Lesbians Who Tech tomorrow. So it's really, we may not always be doing an event at these things, but we're there. So if people, see us, follow us on Instagram for sure, because we will announce there like where we're going to be and what we're doing there. So, and also if anybody just say hi to us. We like to drink. We like happy hours. We like to chat. So, just definitely.
I'm going to say it now. Anytime y'all hit LA soil, I'm going to need y'all to come through.
Yes.
100%. Like, I love y'all so much.
That is beautiful.
And I feel like Nikki's a fucking resident already. Like,
She's playing.
When you see someone 3 days in 1 week, they a resident. Fuck that. You a resident.
Yes.
Yeah, this has been dope for sure.
Cool. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for being here. And before we end any episode, we always end on words of wisdom.
Okay.
Do y'all have any words of wisdom? And Nikki, this does include you, Coke, aka Coke. Do you have any words of wisdom for us before we get out of here?
Man, this is one of those moments where I would definitely defer to M.Dot first so I can think.
M.Dot, you could take it if you would.
But I think the words of wisdom would really just be around, take risks and communicate effectively. And if you don't feel like you communicate effectively, find ways to do it. Because I think almost anything can work and will work if you communicate effectively.
For me, it would be value your circle. Like, people don't know. You have so many untapped resources in your personal network. And, it doesn't necessarily need to be like a resource to start a business. It could just be like someone who's doing something dope that could teach you something cool or a new way to think, a new perspective. Like, reach out to your resources and leverage your network. And
I like that.
Yeah, I do like that.
I like that. Code.
I had another thought, but it left.
Hit him with the
Nikki.
Always a Jeff.
Yeah, she sure does. She was she had me snapping like on a whole new level the other day. Yes.
I would just say, remember that challenges are opportunities and impossibilities are invitations.
Ooh.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Midori, your turn. Shut it down.
You can be both a work in progress and a masterpiece.
Love it.
Damn, everybody coming with the gems, making my nipples get hard in this motherfucker. Damn, don't look at my nipples now. Fuck. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry. A lot of. Sorry.
You know what? I'm just gonna say, love yourself and spread love to everyone else, so that everyone needs a little love nowadays.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm sorry. Like
now you gotta drop one.
I know.
You gotta
I gotta
go.
come with the heat. I gotta come with the heat.
The fire.
Fire, like mic drop fire. And I, like, it just like, okay, we get it, Midori. I gotta wrap it up because I gotta go. Oh, fuck. That is no tequila. I'm just saying this is a lot of pressure now. Everybody's doing great stuff.
You got this. You got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to journey in your greatness and allow. Don't be afraid to journey through your greatness and live for you and don't live for anybody else, because the people that rock with you are gonna rock with you unconditionally. Yeah. So just love the journey. It's really truly the journey. And I think I've learned that, especially in the last few weeks or so. Enjoy the journey of all of that it is, and what you're speaking into existence. Make sure that you're ready for that shit. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Cool.
And so, how can the people reach y'all?
They can
for some soiree goodness.
On Instagram, we are the Weekend Soiree. It's spelled as it should be, but it's THE Weekend, WEKEND. SOIREE. Our website is the same, theweekendsoiree.com. On Facebook, it is the Weekend Soiree Women, but instead of the E, it's X. So the Weekend Soiree, WOMXN. We're on Twitter, but we don't post much whatsoever. But it's THEWKND Soiree, SOIREE. And then if you want to email us with awesomeness, it's connect@theweekendsoiree.com.
Yes.
And if you want to catch us on the road, we are soireeing all the time, everywhere.
Everywhere we go.
You better get your friend soiree on.
Yes. They need, have you been soireed? Yes and no. And so at the end of the day, it's come through, get fed. Like that's really what it is.
For sure. And Nikki, how can the people reach you?
Yeah, they can. If you are looking to work with the Weekend Soiree in any way, shape, or form, definitely feel free to send me an email at coke, COKE, @theweekendsoiree.com.
And check out Coke's personal Instagram.
Yes.
She's like writing and about to start producing some really cool stuff.
Yes.
And tell them your Instagram.
Okay. So my Instagram is Nicole Shawan Jr. and ICOLESHAWANJUNIOR.
Ooh.
Yep.
I love that. And for booking, how can the people reach Jampacked Midori?
Okay, for booking, you can reach me at, you can email at lovedory@jampackedshow.com. That's LUVDORI@jampackedshow.com.
She had to reach in the sky to figure out what the spelling was. Before, I don't know why that always reminds me of sliding in DMs, probably for a completely wrong reason. But can they slide in your DM, Grant?
Yeah, sure. You can slide in my DM. I don't know what you're gonna say to me in DMs, but so personally, I have 2 pages. One is private. It's Miss Imani G. So good luck on that one. But the other one is Grant Unlimited. And so come through. I love food. So if you want to talk about food, I'm down for it. I don't know how else people are sliding, what they're saying, but
what the icebreaker is. There's no
what's
icebreaker.
the icebreaker? I want to cook dinner for you.
Oh shit.
Yes. Not in my house, somewhere in public in case you're crazy. But that's it.
Gotta be
I think
careful
I'm
with those questions.
Mary's like, excuse me.
Yeah. I'm not good on social media, so you can't catch me anywhere.
Yeah.
And
they cannot holler
no
at you.
No, I am.
If they see you and they're like, fuck, M.Dot is a snack.
I am actively accepting applications for friends. My 2 on the left and right here are terrible. So please, no, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm teasing now. No, I'm in a great relationship. I'm really happy about it. But I love meeting new people and would love to introduce you to my girlfriend if you want to hang out with us.
I love that. The gold facials. I want to join y'all for some gold facials. That's all I'm gonna say. And I'm gonna let y'all figure that out. Brooke, how can the people reach you, Brooke?
Hit me up on Instagram at WayUpBrooke.
And can the people slide in your DMs, Brooke?
Yeah, yeah, sure.
That question definitely caught me off guard. I was like, I'm slow sometimes.
Yeah, but Brooke is looking for you to slip and slide in them DMs, but you just gotta come proper, come correct. Hey, she's looking for everybody, anybody. She open.
We're looking for sponsors now.
Yeah, if you're a sponsor, please hit us up.
Sponsors can slide. Can slide in our DMs.
On second note, I am accepting.
We are sponsors.
DMs.
Yeah.
Preferably for the Weekend Soiree, but if you want to sponsor my life, that's cool.
Well, and y'all just partnered with what is it? Out
Women in Business.
Out Women in Business. Yeah.
That was actually a conference that we both hit up.
Nice.
In previous years, and we have friends attending this year. Like I think Heather Ray just announced that she was going to be in attendance. Shout out to Heather, who helped us a ton on putting together the first Weekend Soiree.
Nice.
Ratchet Ivy, at Ratchet Ivy League. She's a DJ. She went to business school as well, so we met through the consortium. But yeah, one of my closest friends. But yeah, so great organization. If people want to check out that conference, we totally are into it. And then we have a number of passes. Have we given them all away?
We haven't given them all away, so we are sponsoring students who want to attend Out Women in Business. So all they have to do is, we're not covering transportation and lodging. Okay. So your admission ticket to Out Women in Business, they can email connect at the Weekend Soiree.
Nice.
And just tell us why they think they should get it.
Oh, shit. And it's March 15th.
It's March 15th in New York City.
I'm surprised I remember all of this in my little brain.
You are great on the research.
You are killing it. I love it.
Listen, I don't know. We'll see.
We need you to help us do some briefs before we have our
anytime. I'm here. I will fly to you.
We love it. Yes.
I fly to the D and then
Atlanta.
Yeah. Delta Atlanta is my weakness. I don't know. That terminal is just my weakness.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put that out there.
Oh, yeah.
I probably shouldn't have, but I did.
Yeah.
That's beautiful women just everywhere.
I love beautiful women. I think,
there's nothing wrong with looking at beautiful women.
I think beautiful women are amazing. And we have a lot of beautiful women at the Weekend Soiree. So if you come for nothing else, come for the beautiful women.
Of substance.
You see that layup?
Yeah.
You see that layup?
I'm not 5'9" for nothing.
Yes. And don't forget the Weekend Soiree going down in New Orleans. Don't know where that came from, but in New Orleans, Bedlam in the Big Easy, October 31st to November 3rd. Get your passes, folks, because you don't want to miss this shit. And it's in New Orleans. Y'all are going to miss all the grenades and the fuckery and the shenanigans. And then, the cleansing of, learning shit. Learning stuff about yourself and self-healing. There are out-of-town weekender passes. There are Louisiana resident passes, weekender passes. And make sure y'all get the winter sale. Because that sale ends. Not that shit. That sale ends April 4th, 2019. Yes. So make sure y'all get it. Do it. Do the damn thing. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Payment plans are
available. Payment plans are available, as I asked.
Yes.
Payment plans are available, which I'm going to be signing up for right after they leave. I'm going to be signing up for that shit. But y'all, make sure you get it. I'm going to see y'all there. We all going to party. We're going to have a good time. And we're going to learn about ourselves and learn about one another and be peaceful and loving and all that good stuff.
And have a good-ass time.
And have a good ass time, and get the single folk all hooked up in this room, hopefully, or maybe booed up. I don't know, a souvenir for the.
We do have speed dating, and we have the Clearly Wed
y'all
game.
Do have speed dating.
If you were, so let me say this, and I know we gotta go, but we are for everybody. If you're single, come through. If you are in a relationship, come through. If you are thick, come through. If you're slim, come through. If you are, masculine of center, come through. If you are femme of center, come through. Just come through.
If you non-binary, come through. If you androgynous, come through. If you don't have no gender, come through.
If you're trans, come through. Come through.
We respecting all of it. We loving all of it. And I'm feeling it. I'm snapping from every different places of my life. Make sure you check us out at Jampacked Show, Twitter, Instagram. On Facebook, we are /Jampacked Show. And on YouTube, we finally have a URL /Jampacked. Make sure you check us out every Wednesday, everywhere you get podcasts. And we will see you on the next Jampacked. Baby.